larger than life. It is called Texas high school football. Only one show can bring the greatest sport from the greatest state into focus. Lone Star Gridiron.
Here today with Che Hendrix of your Boerne Greyhounds. How you doing today, Coach?
Doing great. How about you?
I'm doing well. Now, last year you had a okay football season.
Yeah,
Uh,
we did. It was okay.
it was okay. Uh, Played in state championship game. Kind of talk a little bit about the excitement that generated within the community there in Boerne.
Oh, the energy and the excitement was almost overwhelming. It was fantastic for our players, just for our program to see the support. It started with pep rally, and then our state send off. People packed Main Street as our buses went by, and then walking out of the tunnel at Texas Stadium sure is it sure is a unique experience and an experience of a lifetime. But to come out and see, basically just to see a purple in the stands, I felt like everybody in Boerne showed up, and it was just really, like I said, overwhelming for our players and coaches, and just a great feeling to have that much support from the community.
Now, that's good news. Really good football season. This is high school. That means you're losing a quarter of your team to graduation most years. So, kind of walk us through who you're losing, who might step into those roles, and who's going to be back and what roles they might play this fall.
Yeah, it's a good point, and something that we talk about is, no matter how good or bad, you got to start over in January, and you got to turn the page no matter what the season was like before. And so we've tried to turn the page, and I'm really proud of our juniors going to be seniors, and just their leadership and the way they've stepped up so far. We did lose several guys. Probably the biggest keys was our offensive line. We lost 4 senior starters off an offensive line that was fantastic, probably the best I've ever had. So we're definitely have to fill in some holes there. I think we can. Gonna junior guard Garrett Portis is a guy that played a lot. We'll rely on him. Grady Jackson's going to be senior as well, probably going to play at right guard. Logan Fritcher got probably play center, and then we're looking. We have a couple of guys at right tackle we're kind of looking at right now. Keegan Fisher's probably leading the way for that. And then you flip to the defensive side. We lost Houston. Safety kind of called our defense 3-year starters. That was a tough loss. And then Cohen Wolf, another corner, and then 2 senior outside backers. So we definitely have some holes to fill. But the good news is, we definitely have a lot of guys back. All our skill guys. Offensively, got a quarterback back, outside receiver Brooks Perez. TJ DeMint and Adam Hicks, kind of a running back H look. So all those guys are back. And then, defensively, we bring back Braden Bays, defensive end who had a great year, defensive tackle, Hudson Hendricks, and then Charlie Stahl and McCoy Bruce. McCoy was our defensive player of the year last year for our district. So we do have a lot of pieces back. So it's exciting. Hard to replace a senior class like that, but we're feeling really good about where we are right now.
Now, kind of walk us through your district, who's in your district, and what you think they're going to look like on the field this fall.
Yeah, so I'll start with Somerset. We've had some really good battles with them over the past few years. I think they're definitely a team to beat. They had a great year last year. They have some pieces coming back as well. Uvalde's in our district. Fredericksburg, have always been a big rival with Boerne, so that'll always be a big game, and a game that both of us will have circled, and then Kennedy and Memorial. So I expect everybody to be better in our district. It's a challenge as always, and there's definitely a couple games we have circled on the calendar that'll be fun games and good battles late in October for seeding and hopefully for a district championship.
All right. Now let's go real big picture here. You've been around high school athletics for a number of years. What would you say the number one challenge facing high school athletics in Texas right now is?
I might have to think about that for a second. I have been around a while. I've been coaching 25 years. I've seen a lot. I still think Texas high school athletics is in a great place, specifically football. If we're talking about football, that's a little bit different from some of the other sports. I think I think right now, possibly just in general in education, just teacher shortage, quality coach shortage. It's just sometimes you can make more money and have a lot less stress if you go the private route. If you want to train or do 7-on-7, do things like that, which is great, and those things are needed. But some of those people who have traditionally been coaches and been in the high school and been doing that are not in the profession anymore because they can do more with way less stress and make more money doing it. So that's a challenge. I would say too, I hope our government continues to pour into public education. Obviously, I've given my life to this. I'm a big believer in what we do and in teachers and education and helping young people become, their best and helping young people find their path. And, I just hope we continue to support it and, get those quality people back in these spots.
Now, you can hear people that maybe aren't so knowledgeable talk about it's like, why do we spend so much money on athletics when the goal is education? And they lack that, I don't know, insider understanding that every kid is different. And if you want some kids to be excited about coming to school, that means involving them in athletics. So if you can talk a little bit into to the nature of using athletics to encourage academics.
Well, 100%. I mean, I believe that athletics is an extension of the classroom. I believe what we do in athletics completely correlates and is completely in line with what we do academically. There are definitely relationships. There's definitely things in athletics that you go deeper with that you don't necessarily get in math class or in science class. There's a work ethic. There is an accountability that comes with playing athletics. I mean, you are a student athlete. You're still expected to do what every other student does in the school, but there's also the athletic piece and the time piece and all the things that go along with playing football or any other sport. So, I'm just a big believer in coaching and teaching character. I think that comes with playing competitive sports. I think you learn how to win. I think you learn how to lose. I think you learn how to be part of a team. You learn how to give of yourself for the betterment of the team. You just can learn lessons through athletics that it's hard to learn in, like I said, just a general class. And I think the goal of athletics and of academics and of school is, again, to prepare each person for their path. We can that's one of my favorite quotes is, you can either prepare the student for the path or you can prepare the path for the student. And if you're trying to prepare the path for the player, the student, they're going to be disappointed when they go out on their own because there's some tough things that are going to happen to them, and hopefully they can learn some resilience and learn how to compete and learn how to make adjustments and be coachable and do things in the future that they've learned in athletics. So I think it's a big deal. I think it's like you said, I've been in, my first 5 years of teaching and coaching, I was in Dallas ISD and Houston ISD. And some school districts or some areas you're around where the reason a student comes to school is to play their sport. And so, to have that hook, to have that engagement to get them not only to school, but also to pass their classes and to start to take an interest in education to see how it can affect them, to try to get them to college to help change their situation is something that's unique. And it's an awesome experience. And there's so many schools and so many teachers and so many coaches that help young people do this, that it's phenomenal.
All right, let's go from real big picture there down to a small picture. Try and learn a little bit about Che Hendrix. What would you say your number one guilty pleasure is?
It's got to be playing golf. We have a staff that likes to play. One of our favorite thing to do is that we go to strength conditioning in the morning, work our kids out, and then we try to go hit the golf course afterwards. So that's always something that we like to do, and I definitely like to do.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time today, Coach, and best of luck as you wrap up the school year and head into the 23 season.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Gridiron Warriors take the field in an epic battle that is larger than life. It is called Texas High School Football. Only one show can bring the greatest sport from the greatest state into focus. Lone Star Gridiron.